Bella Gabbers and welcome in this new video. Today I'm gonna show you how to make Millennium hardcore. This particular subgenre was produced immediately after the early hardcore, in the period from 98 to 2005. This is a quick list of Millennium tracks you can listen to. For this kind of tracks, the BPM range goes from 160 to 180. Indeed, I made the track of today, setting the BPM to 170. So, let's jump into FL Studio. As I did a lot of times, I started this track from the melody. Immediately after the melody, I made the breakdown, where we can find this male spoken vocal.
This was a funk decision. I even had funky premonitions of me floating around the room, passing flowers to all the boys and girls.
Together with the vocal, we have some staccato strings, a thin lead that I used also in the first part of the break. The melody of before with the volcano free effect applied. Some pads, some drums and some effects. And in the first part of the break, I inserted also a drone sound. Ma vaffanculo. Remember one thing, this is an old subgenre of hardcore, so don't exaggerate in the arrangement. We have to keep the track simple. For example, in this track I used a lot volume automation and filters to introduce the new instruments, like in this section. Now let's move to the section after the melody, the build-up, where we find all the layers of the melody except the raise bass, is always together with some drums and some effects. In this kind of tracks is absolutely prohibited pitching the drums in the build-up. And immediately before the drop, obviously we have the vocal drop.
This male aggressive vocal.
If you can't hang, then fuck you!
Now it's the moment to analyze the first drop. Here we have two kicks, this is the first one. And this is the second one. And if you want to know how to make these kicks, check my Patreon. No. Okay, that's better. Basically, the Millennium kicks are an evolution of the early hardcore kicks. These kind of kicks are much more distorted. After the first drop, we find the second breakdown, where we have another melody based on the first melody, together with some strings, the vocal of before, and some drums and some effects.
And I even had funky premonitions of me floating around the room, passing flowers to all the boys and girls.
After this break, we have the melody without the filter and without the raise bass I used for the first melody, together with some strings, the strings of before. And obviously, after the melody and before the drop, we have the build-up, that is made in a similar way of the previous build-up, We have the melody filtered with the same reverb effect of before, together with the strings and some drums and some effects, as always.
If you can't hang, then fuck you!
And moving to the last drop, we have the same kicks as before with the new melody, together with some claps in the second part of the drop, and the kick effects in the middle, made with an EQ and the distortion plugin. And now, before to listen the final result, let me know in the comments which is your favorite Millennium hardcore artist. Maybe I reproduce his style in the next video.
You heard me? I see to comment now.
And now it's the moment to listen the final result.
It was one of those nights I was feeling kinda lethargic, and I knew I shouldn't have went to that place at all, but whatever was in my mind, my body pushed those thoughts aside because it just wanted to dance, it just wanted to fly. This was a funk decision. I even had funky premonitions of me floating around the room, passing flowers to all the boys and girls. Those roses and daisies and tulips and paisley skies.
If you can't hang, then fuck you!
One of those nights I was feeling kinda lethargic, and I knew I shouldn't have went to that place at all, but whatever was in my mind, my body pushed those thoughts aside because it just wanted to dance. This was a funk decision. I even had funky premonitions of me floating around the room, passing flowers to all the boys and girls.
Then fuck you!
If you want to know more about harddance music production, remember I have a Patreon with a lot of detailed tutorials. With the cost of just €2 a month, you have the access to a lot of videos. And this is all for today. See you next time in a new fuck off video. Bella Gabbers.